welcome to Yantai in Shandong province in northeastern China. Just arrived here on China Southern Airlines from Guangzhou. Unfortunately, flight was a little bit delayed, like half an hour. And now I only have a very short connection time for my next flight. It is now like 22:02 and my flight leaves at like 3 and I still need to check in. China Southern Airlines reshuffled my flights so many times. They even shifted from like Saturday to Sunday, so it's like that now. Let's see if we can find the check-in desk. Departure hall. Sounds promising. So the airline I'm planning to fly out of here will bring joy to our faces, I don't know. No, it's called Joy Air. They fly a very specific Chinese aircraft type, the MA60. I've flown on that before. It's like a Chinese version of the Antonov An-24. We need to be at B. We may or may not be right here. Hi, how are you? Joy Air? Joy Air? To Dalian? Yep. Do you have a check-in baggage? No, just hand luggage. Thank you. Yep. That is so cool. Like, wherever you are in China, wherever you do the check-in, it always just takes like 10-20 seconds. That is so amazing. Right, let's empty my water bottle and go through security. And already past security, all very, very fast. Remember how I showed you the time when I walked through the arrivals area, 22:02? It is now 5:02. So 15 minutes in total, check-in and security, all very straightforward, very fast. And this airport terminal is actually really nice, look at that. But I almost missed the turn for my gate, which is gate 21 today. We have to take a bus out to the ramp. There are a couple of MA60s actually on the apron. Not sure which one we're going to take up to Dalian. The ride up to Dalian is only like a block time of 50 minutes, so flight time of like half an hour. It's not too long, but to get the experience of the MA60, it's pretty nice. Gate 21 is over there. And let's sit by the window. Ooh, what do they have here? What is that? Scan QR code for free charging. Okay. And then they have charging cables here. Interesting. Never seen that before. Anyway, gate area here is quite empty. There are a couple of aircraft out there. There's Shandong Airlines, China Eastern, China Southern is somewhere to the left, flying back to Guangzhou. Cannot see any MA60s from here. Oh, well. Yeah, boarding is in about 40 minutes, so until then, just gonna hang around here. You can do like duty-free shopping right from your seat with that screen here. I've really never seen that at any airport before.
9 to Dalian is now boarding. Please board the aircraft through gate number 21. We wish you a pleasant journey.
Thank you. Board. Oh, that's a bit windy. Yeah, welcome aboard the Joy Air Xian MA60. It's a full flight and there are 2 crew members. They already handed out like water bottles at the entrance. First impression is it looks a bit old, a bit rugged, but let's see how the flight goes. Flight is only like half an hour long and we should get going soon. We're actually early. We've been ready for 10 minutes now, but doesn't look like they're gonna release us because it's still like 9 minutes to our official departure time. I don't know, I think in China they don't release aircraft early, like even if you're fully ready. It was the same on the Guangzhou to Yantai flight. We were ready like 10 minutes before our scheduled departure time, but we weren't allowed to push back for another 20 minutes. Could be a bit more efficient. It's just a short one, really. Why not let us leave already? In the meantime, I can tell you a little bit about the airline, Joy Air. In their current form, they were established in 2016. They existed before, but I think like in a different form, sort of. And at the end of 2016, they also took over the MA60s from an airline called OK Airways, and the MA60s have been flying for Droy Air since then. Coincidentally, I first flew an MA60 in December 2016 from Tongren to Changsha. Back then they still had the OK Airways livery, but now they have the Droy Air livery. We are airborne out of Yantai runway 23. Went straight for like 2 minutes and then turned right towards the north, towards Dalian. It was a bit shaky, a bit turbulent on the way up, and it's also very rattly. There's a lot of rattling here. Yeah, but as I said earlier, the MA60 is more or less based on the Antonov An-24. It's a very sturdy aircraft made for like rough conditions. It has a short takeoff and landing capability as well. And what it also has is a rather bad safety record. That's why essentially, if you want to fly on one of these, you can only do this here on Droy Air, at least reliably. But there are no other civil operators in the world left, really. I mean, there might be a couple in Africa, and I read something about Laos as well. Also, Nepal Airlines received MA60s a couple of years ago, but they have actually grounded them because they deemed them to be unreliable and unsuitable for the conditions in Nepal, especially with the weather, because I would assume that the MA60 does not have all the modern like weather technologies, like flying in low visibility and stuff like that. There are also a few like government and military operators, but apart from that, if you want to fly on one of these, you have to come here to Dalian and fly a Droy full flight on Droy Air. Just passing the coast here on the way up north to Dalian. Visibility is not the greatest, partially because of the clouds and the haze, which makes everything very white, greyish, but then also the window is like very dirty. You know, I'm actually a bit surprised that the flight is so full, because there are other options between Yantai and Dalian. There are like 6 flights a day, something like that, but for some reason people choose to fly Droy Air. Maybe because of the price, because you see, I was actually a bit annoyed yesterday. I checked like how much the flight today costs if I had booked it just yesterday, and it turned out it would have cost like $55, something like that. And when I booked that flight 2 months ago, it cost me like $100. So if I had bought my ticket yesterday, I would have paid only half the price. That was a bit annoying. Yeah, about the MA60 in general, it's been built since the year 2000. Actually, I don't think they built this one anymore. There are some plans for like a successor, the MA700, but so far, those plans haven't really gotten anywhere. And my gut feeling tells me that the Xian MA700 will never take off. In any case, let's enjoy the MA60 for now. It comes in a 2-2 configuration. It has 60 seats, I think, or maybe 62. Passengers are being served by 2 crew members, but I don't think they will be doing anything on this short flight. Just 20 minutes after takeoff, and we already started our descent into Dalian. It's a sunny day. It's not as hot as down in Guangzhou. In Yantai it was like 17 degrees, and Dalian should be like the same. I've never been to Dalian before. Looking forward to see that city, and I will catch you after we landed.
Countrymen, the bus is moving. Will you please hold the handle?
它4人的吧。
And welcome to Dalian Airport, at least. Just trying to find the subway, which is kind of a bit away from the terminal, I think, but there is a sign. Let's see if we can buy a ticket here. Yep, that worked. Gotta pay by cash. And yeah, and I think Zhongshan Square is where we need to go. Why? There's no escalator downstairs, upstairs. Eh. Oh well. Interesting. I thought the airport station is like the last stop, but it's not. And welcome to Dalian. I think this is the sort of financial district. Lots of skyscrapers, but there are also some like old buildings. Kind of reminds me of Toronto for some reason. Yeah, I still have to walk for like 10 minutes. I'm staying at a fancy hotel tonight, the Shangri-La in Dalian. And this area is actually really nice, like really clean. Yeah, that's definitely not my shopping area. Way too expensive. I think this is like maybe the expensive part of town. I don't know. Hey, they have a clock tower up there. Look at that. It's like Big Ben or something. Arrived at the hotel. Let's see if we can check in. And then I want to go for dinner because I'm starving. One of the fastest hotel check-ins ever. And I had a breakfast as well, which was just 99 yuan. That's a good price. Yeah, arrived in my room in the Shangri-La in Dalian. We have a sofa, we have a bed, and yeah, everything else. Flight over here from Yantai to Dalian on Joy Air was quite uneventful. Couldn't really see much out the window because the sun was like shining directly into the window, and also the window was like really dirty. But the experience of flying such a Chinese turboprop aircraft, which is becoming very rare in the world, is an experience for itself. Yeah, and if you want to fly on that too, you have to come here. You have to come to Dalian. That's a nice city actually, at first sight. Yeah, you have to come here to Dalian, and then you can fly on the MA60 as well. I'm gonna stay in Dalian for one night, and tomorrow it's time to leave China, and there are really only 2 places where you can go internationally from Dalian. You can figure it out on your own, but if not, better subscribe, and I will see you on the next flight. Until then, enjoy your travels.